Hello guys, in previous videos we saw about how to make our ADK agent and run it locally, but in today's video we are going to see how to host our agent in Google Cloud Run. Running AI agents on localhost is fun, but localhost doesn't scale. If you want to build real-world AI application, you need to get off your laptop and into the cloud. Today we are going to go production ready. I am going to show you how to take a standard MCP Weather Agent tool and deploy it to Google Cloud Run as a microservice. Then we'll deploy the agent itself with the full user interface completely serverless. We are using Google's Cloud Agent Development Kit to make this happen in basically one command. Let's build. So before going into the code, let me explain what I'm going to do using this whiteboard so that you may understand what is happening, and also I will explain some concepts which will be useful while deploying our agent to Google Cloud Run. So now we have two files actually. One is the MCP tool, which is actually the weather tool, standard weather tool. So another one is ADK agent. This ADK agent will connect to this weather tool via MCP, and then it will gives us the weather related data. So now for first hosting this MCP tool into the Google Cloud Run, we need to dockerize this. So I think many people might have the idea what a docker is. So I will just tell it a brief about it. So basically Docker is used to package or containerize an application. So this MCP tool, it is a weather application. What we are doing is containerizing into a Docker. So containerizing is basically means what we will actually encapsulate all the required packages. So for MCP tool we need fast MCP package, and also we need for since it's weather tool we need the request package, and also we need Python. So all these three things we will packageize, I mean we will containerize into a single container, and then this Docker will convert it into an image, and then we will upload it to Google Cloud. So for uploading it to Google Cloud, we will using Google Artifact Registry. This is like a repository. In this artifact registry we can upload any like Python packages, npm node packages, or docker images. We can upload any kind of packages there and use it. So for this case we are using Docker, and we are uploading a docker built image to this artifact registry. After registering, we are deploying this tool into the Cloud Run. Please don't mind my handwriting, it's worse to see actually. So after this we are actually deploying our agent to Cloud Run, I mean MCP tool to Cloud Run. Now for ADK agent, deploying the ADK agent is very straightforward and easy actually. So if you want to do I mean it's similar to this MCP tool, only we need to containerize it and use Google Cloud Run to host it. But with ADK there is a feature called ADK deploy to Cloud Run. By using this command simply, you can actually deploy to Cloud Run with a single command. You don't need any sophisticated methods, like you don't need a Docker, nothing. This ADK deploy the command, I mean ADK internally containerizes using Docker and upload it to artifact registry, and then it publishes to Cloud Run automatically. You just need to give this command. So after giving this command, we can see that the MCP tool is connected to the ADK agent and it is deployed, and now its production is ready, and then we can share that link to anyone so that they can use it. Okay, now let me go through the code so that you understand what happens. Okay, now first let us actually host the MCP tool to the Google Cloud Run. So now let me go through the code. So this is the weather server.py code. So in this you can see I have used fast MCP as a server, and I have defined the MCP fast MCP object here. So I have given it as my computer agent, and the port as I am getting the port from the environment. Since we are using Cloud Run, the cloud will actually assign the port itself based on whatever free port it's available in the cloud. So it will assign it. So in order to take the port which is assigning, what it will do is Cloud Run will inject the port as an environmental variable automatically. So we can directly take that port. So if it did not assign, means we can assign it as 8080. So that's what we are doing here. And the host is like the local machine. So the cloud, it will take its cloud itself. So this is the normal weather tool. help of geolocation API, it gets the latitude and longitude, and this open meteor weather URL is API is used to get the weather information using the latitude and longitude. So this is a simple weather tool actually, and then we are running the MCP in the streamable HTTP format. So why we are using streamable HTTP means when the process is not in use, Google Run will not charge us. It is scalable. When we use SSE means it is a long running service, so it will always be open. So that will not be a cost efficient service for us. So for that purpose I am using streamable HTTP. Okay, now let me show you the Docker file. This is the Docker file. This Docker file tells us how to containerize our application actually. So we are using Python 3.11 for this package, and also we are using Python buffer too, so that the output will be buffered, and we are actually creating a work directory, that is /app, and we are setting it as work directory, and we are installing MCP and request library. Since the Python file need only these two libraries, we are installing those two only, and we are copying the weather.py to the app. Since it's a work directory, it will copy the weather.py to that, and after that we are giving a command. So what the command is, when we create a container out of the image means the first command, I mean as soon as it's created it will run this command. So that's what the command is. So it will always be running. It's like that. So we are running the python weather.py command, so that what it happens is this file will be running in the URL actually. That what it means. Okay, so now let us see how to deploy this MCP tool to the Google Cloud Run. So first the prerequisites are Google Cloud CLI. So you need Google Cloud CLI in order configured in your terminal in order to deploy your MCP tool to the Cloud Run. So for setting up this, you can actually follow this link, and by following these instructions step by step you will be able to configure your Google Cloud CLI in it. You need to actually configure a project in your CLI. So whichever project you have created for this Cloud Run, you need to put it here. So in order for creating a project, you can go to Google Cloud Console. So in this you can click a new project and create a new project actually. After creating this you can configure with that project and you can set it up. So then now for the deployment command, we need to you just need to follow the readme file. I have given it step by step how to deploy. So first one is building the Docker file and putting it to the artifact registry. So we are actually building it using gcloud itself, the Docker. So it will be very easy for us. So I have copied that command, and also you should run that command inside that MCP folder actually, because to run that command you need Docker file. So I am just pasting. So the Docker file is in the MCP folder for me, so I am just pasting the command in that and giving enter. So building is success, and you can also see that it has been successfully pushed and the location of the repository is given. Now let's go to the Google Cloud Console to see whether a repository is present in the cloud or not. Okay, so this is the Google Cloud Console. In the search you can just type it as artifacts registry, and you can come here to see, click this repositories to see all the repositories. So this is the gcr.io repository which I created, and in this you can see the weather MCP server. Our repository is present here. So we can go inside, and now let me click 14 minutes ago. So since I have made many revision, all the revisions are here. So let's go to the latest revision, and you can see the format is Docker, and also all the project, the location, repository, all the information will be present here. You can actually go through these informations. Okay, now our MCP server is containerized and pushed to the artifact registry. Now we need to deploy the MCP server to the Google Cloud Run. So for this you just need to copy this command and paste it in your terminal. So what this command says is basically we are deploying it as weather MCP server, and for the image we are using the artifact image which we just deployed, and also we are using platform manage. So all the services will be managed by revisions, everything will be managed by platform, and we are giving the flag as allow unauthenticated. So what it does is it will actually, the link will be publicly accessible, anyone with the link can access, so that it will be useful when you are sharing with anyone. Okay, now let me give this command. I will paste it and just give enter. Let me give as US central 1. It's asking for the location, so I give it as 35, which is US central 1. So it's deploying. It may take a while to deploy. Okay, now we can see that it has been deployed, and also we got our URL for this. We can copy this URL because we need this URL in order to connect our agent to the MCP. Okay, now let me go to the Google Cloud Run so that we can see our service. Okay, in this you can see this weather MCP server service. This is our service actually. So we can see that our service is up, and in this logs we can actually debug our application using this logs. We can see that it's been running on the 8080 port. So this logs will be useful for debugging. Okay, now let us go into the agent code and see how to deploy this agent. So as you can see, this is a very simple agent. It has only a one tool, which is the MCP tool, which I am going to connect. So you can see in that MCP, for connection params I am using steamable HTTP params, and this MCP toolset class is used to define the MCPs. And in this URL you can see the URL which we give is the URL which we got from deploying our MCP server tool. So in that URL you just need to add /MCP. So in order to get this URL, you can copy the URL from the terminal. You would have seen that when you have deployed the MCP tool, or what you can do is you can actually go to this Google Cloud Console, and you can see this weather MCP. You can go to the service weather MCP server service, and here the URL. You can just copy this URL and you can paste it here. And while pasting, after pasting this, you need to give it a /MCP, so that the or /MCP endpoint is available. So now we have connected our tool to the MCP server. So to the next part, we are going to deploy this agent to the Google Cloud. So for that, let me go to the README. So for deploying, it has same prerequisites. Google Cloud CLI to be configured in your terminal, and also you need ADK installed, and also you need a valid Google Cloud project. Okay, so now for the deployment steps, it's actually very easy. First you need to exploit all these things. The Google Cloud project, it's the GCP project ID. Once you create a project, you will get a GCP ID, or you can go to the Google Cloud Console. Let me show you. Here you can see, by clicking this, I'm using this project to host my services. So here you can see this ID. You can copy this ID and paste it here, and in the Google Cloud location you can select as your US central 1. You need to you can just copy this exactly and paste it here, so that all the required things will be exported. Now for deploying, you just need to run this command. In this command you are giving the project, region, service, app name, and this withui. So what is this UI command is, instead of deploying our agent as a API server, what it will do is it will actually create an UI for us and deploy the agent with the UI, so that we can actually test our agent with the UI itself directly. Okay, I have copied it. I am just pasting, and let me give enter. So it's asking whether we should allow unauthenticated invocation. It's like setting our app to public. So I'm giving it as yes. So since we want it as public, it will take some time in order for deploying. So let's wait until then. Okay, now we can see that our app has been successfully deployed and we got the service URL. Now let us go follow this link and go to the URL. Now we can see that the agent development UI has been opened in the service URL which we got. So now let's type. So I have given us what is the weather in Chennai. Let's see what it gives. So now we can see that our ADK agent is calling the get weather tool from the MCP server and giving us a response. So we have successfully hosted our agent in the Google Cloud Run and then got our response. So now let me go to the Google Cloud Console and show you the service. So this my agent service is our service. You can see that our service is being hosted. Now let me go through the log, so that we can actually see our agent running. We can actually see the tool calls, and also the calls which it does to the MCP service. All these things we can actually see here and validate. You can see here it's been calling the MCP server. You can see the link which we the MCP server link which we gave, it's calling that actually. So you can actually debug if there is any problem. You can debug easily with this logs actually. And also I will post the source code of this tutorial in the GitHub, so you can actually try it and see. And also don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.